Do you always find it problematic asking an appointment from a customer? Most of the times you have to do cold calls and you are afraid. What would you do? There's nothing which is to be afraid about. You can make your cold calls as effective as your planned organized appointment calls. Yes, I am Amol Nigam. Today I am going to help you by suggesting some tools, some preparations which can make your cold calls equally good as your appointment calls. There would be three stages of a cold call. First, definitely pre-call preparations. Second is during the call, and third is post the call. So if you are choosing to make cold calls, then you must be very clearly objectifying your target prospects, because you should not randomly go to a place. You must have a understanding, background understanding of the prospect, so that you are prepared with some inputs which you can take. You must make a flexible script ready with you, which may flow according to the conversation if you get a chance to do it. You would always be ready with possible needs and pain points of the prospect. You must choose a time where you possibly find the best opportunity to get interacted with that person. Also, you must be mentally prepared for rejections, and last but not the least, you must be practicing possible objections going to come throughout the call, so that you are prepared with some answers and solutions for those objections, so that your flow doesn't get break. If you can make these things prepared well before going and reaching out to the prospect, it is going to ensure that your chances of success are going to be much higher than doing a random cold call, even if you are well prepared with your company's any other knowledge, information. If these things you prepare, that will make it more impactful. While if you are lucky enough and you get a chance to interact with the person, in case you're not able to meet the right person directly, start observing and objectifying politely the gatekeepers, because they may lead you to the right decision maker in future or the same point of time. But if you get an opportunity to interact with that decision maker or the right person, luckily, fortunately, then you should consider yourself to be fortunate enough, and the rest of the work is during the call and then post the call. Now, what should be taken care at the during the call? First of all, because you have gone without appointment, the interest level definitely may not be that high. So make sure that you create impact and communicate the clear objective benefit of the customer in first 30 seconds. If you could not offer the value you are carrying with you in first 30 seconds, chances are that you are going to lose that call in between somewhere. Once you start speaking, don't speak a lot. Start engaging into a two-way communication, so that the customer also gets involved and forgets that this was a cold call. Also, keep on asking permissions when you are trying to elaborate and taking some more time, so that he or she feels comfortable that okay, that you are polite enough to take permissions while you are taking out time. Also, once the customer is giving you input, make sure that you are echoing back in regular intervals. Otherwise, he may feel that this is only a one-way communication. So after that, if you are getting this much chance, you have been given this much opportunity, then keep on tailoring your pitch at the back end of your mind, so that you don't lose the track and you do not get deviated so easily. Otherwise, even if you start well but you lost in between, the customer is going to be disinterested once again. Also, at that time of point, also politely keep on navigating the gatekeepers, because possibly you have got an opportunity to directly interact with the decision maker, but you may or may not know that who are going to influence the overall decision making. So even if you find some option, some opportunity to interact with the influencers or gatekeepers, then please do navigate about them. Also, keep a positive prospect for whatever discussion you are going to have. Now, what if your call is done? So for example, if you are getting successful after beta bolna nahi hai, if you are getting successful after your call, your first interaction with them, you make sure once you are leaving, you have definitely created a multi-channel follow-up process. That means if you have taken his contact number, possibly his email ID, and once you are back, please send him a mail or message about the discussion you had in the call, during the call, so that whatever efforts you have put in till now, this is not lost back. Second, you must also ensure that once you are leaving from there, you have done a clear CTA, call to action, because if the discussion gets closed undecisive or without any further action plan, it is going to be in vain. And once you have decided the CTA, make sure that you execute all the required steps you have planned and discussed with that customer other than follow up, so that his confidence kept on evolving and he makes sure that okay, next time once you are there, he doesn't you don't feel that you are doing a cold call again. Now last but not the least, once you have done all this, though it was not a planned call, but you did all pre-call preparation, during the call you made the right steps and call to action and follow-up things. Last but not the least, analyze that could that discussion, could that approach be better? What were the discussions or things which you missed or you could have done? In fact, you should also see what could you have avoided to make that more impactful. Analyzing your performance will make you more sharp and in terms of your pitch more effective, so that you are to the point, rather talking about so many things but not getting into the right direction. So guys, we all always believe that a cold call is like we only go and pray that okay, by luck this happens. It's not that way. Yes, you cannot control the final outcome if you are trying to cold call and knock at a door randomly. But if you have done these three things properly, the chances of your cold call even getting that effective as your regular appointment call could be are very, very high. So try and keep practicing them and make sure that you keep on improving on these things and make a device that you are so confident even doing in a cold call, and people around you start learning from them. If you also feel that you have gone through such conditions many times and you have some valuable suggestions, please do comment in this post so that people like who are in similar professions and like you can get benefited. I would love to hear stories, examples, instances out of your sales call which you have done, so that it can reach to many for their betterment and for their success. I would be coming up with similar concepts further also, which is much related to sales call, marketing, branding. Just keep on subscribing my channel and put your queries or any other question which you have in your mind which is making you stuck while you are making sales call. I will definitely try to come back with a wonderful solution for you which impacts your overall performance and gives you the best outcome in your sales and your business. Thank you so much for listening this and looking forward to interact with you again. Good night.